This is how to turn your followers into paying customers. My name's Luke, I'm the co-founder of Brave Brand, and it is our mission to help you build, launch, and scale your personal brand so you can serve more people and have a bigger impact online. One of the biggest problems people come to me with is, Luke, I've got a following, I've got people who are engaging with my stuff online, but I have no idea on how to convert them into paying customers. All right, so we're gonna break that down step by step in this video. And so a story that I like to tell them, and a mentor told me, Jay Top, shout out Jay, he basically told me about this story which really made things click in my mind, all right? And it's basically the story of Musashi, the samurai warrior in Japan. You could read the book, you look up about it, he's awesome. But this dude basically had two swords, right? He had a long sword and a short sword. He used his longsword mainly for combat outdoors, when he had a bit of space to dance around people, slice their heads off, that type of thing. And he also had a short sword, which he used in close combat. So if he was indoors or if he needed to get his blade in and sort of slice and dice that way, he would use his two swords in those two different scenarios. And when it comes to advertising, marketing your brand, selling your stuff online, you also have two swords, all right? Your short sword is your ability to go out and generate cash quickly through short-term sales tactics, things like outreach, DMing people, which is very, very important. But it is also vitally important that you have your long sword strategy, you have your long sword that you can use to nurture and convert clients automatically. That's really the nirvana you want to get to, where your followers have an ability to click on a link, go down your funnel, and really start to buy your programs and become clients quite naturally. And so I've worked with people who have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, but a really small amount of income comparatively to the amount of followers they have. And then if you look at an account like mine, for example, I've only got about 3,000 followers on Instagram, 300 subscribers on YouTube, but we have a really solid system and a longsword system in place. And so we are able to convert our small following and make a good amount of money off the back of it using some of these simple tactics. So what I'm basically trying to get to here is that we need to have a two-prong approach. You need to have your long sword locked in and your short sword locked in on a daily basis. All right, and we're going to be covering specifically the long sword strategy that you can use to start generating and automating the process of turning your clients into paying customers without having to go and do manual outreach. Now, provided this is a bit more of a long-term strategy, but it is very important nonetheless. Now, when you're first starting out, you'll want to lean more on your short sword strategy, which is going out and just generating it, DMing people, messaging people, getting them onto sales calls. When it comes to your long sword strategy, you're going to want to have a proven offer before you spend time creating a landing page, a funnel, a system, all of this type of stuff. So if that's you, if you have some followers, it could be literally anything above 1,000 followers on Instagram. Generally, you could even have 500 if you really wanted to. But if you get this in place, you're going to be in a really good position. All right, and one thing that I want you to internalize is that simplicity scales and complexity fails. So you don't need to have a complex system in order to convert your followers into paying clients. And so what I'm going to show you real quick is one of our clients, Liam. All right, he came to us and he had probably let's just say 2,000, maybe under 2,000 followers when he started working with us. And now he has since exploded because he's had the content that he's been producing. It's been really awesome. He's been hungry. He's been committed. He's been posting consistently great value. All right. And so he's been smashing it. Now, when you click onto his link here, you can see that he has two main offers, two main places that he'll send people. He has one link, which is an application to work with him. So you go into this, and then you can fill out a pre-application form. It's got 8 questions where he can decipher if that person is going to be a good fit for him. Someone will then be able to book in a call with him after they go through that application process. The other link is an ebook, all right? So someone can go in here and download a 4-week knee rebuild guide, pop in the details, and download that for free. Now, in Liam's instance, he's made this a paid download, but before he did that, it was a free ebook. That was a really great way for him to start funneling his followers and all of that awesome traffic he had into an email list where he could then follow up with them until they become a client. All right. And so to look at this on a top down view is you really want to be focusing on generating what we call goodwill on social media. Now, this is by producing content on a regular basis that you share across Instagram, LinkedIn, X, YouTube, whatever it is, whatever your platform of choice is, you're going to want to go all in on that and provide value. Now, I'm not going to be talking about content in this video. If you want to see our content strategy that we suggest that you use to start attracting those clients and to blow up your socials, check this video out. I'll link it right over here. But once you've got that locked in place, all right, what is your approach? How are you actually converting those clients or converting those followers into clients? And the way that you do that is by creating a high value lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet, you might know what this means, you might not, okay? But it does what it says on the tin. A lead magnet is something you use to attract your dream clients, your ideal clients into your system. All right, and in most cases, something that is a very simple, high-value lead magnet to set up is an ebook, a free ebook where you take someone through, a 5-day program or a small snippet of what it's like to work with you. They download it, they get a quick win, they see how much value you are providing up front, and then they can only imagine what it would be like to work with you full time. All right, you want them to download that and be like, holy crap, what does this person's paid stuff look like? Now, I made the mistake when I was first starting out to create like just really crappy lead magnets, and I was never getting any clients from them, and it didn't, no wonder why, all right, no wonder why, because they would have downloaded it and be like, oh wow, this guy just tricked me into, handing over my email address, and now he's just emailing me, but like, come on, bro. And so what I recommend is when you do go out and generate and create your high value lead magnet, it needs to be something that is valuable. Now, a lead magnet doesn't have to be just an ebook. It can literally be anything. It could be an equipment guide, it could be a shopping list, it could be anything, and it can also be a YouTube video like the one I'm shooting right now, okay? So you could create a super specific how-to YouTube video, which almost acts like a training video that you put in your link in your Instagram, and you send people from Instagram and LinkedIn to YouTube to watch a super specific how-to training video, where in the link in the description of your YouTube, you can then offer them a call or to go into the next step and to actually buy from you. So once you've got that lead magnet set up, you're going to want to then automate that process using a system like Liam's, for example, where you have a basic landing page and you can actually exchange that ebook for someone's email address. All right, and then what we do after they've downloaded that ebook or that lead magnet is we then funnel people into our main conversion event, all right, which is in most instances an application form to book in a call with you. All right, that is the easiest thing that you can do to set up for a real quick win. Sometimes if you have shown and demonstrated to people that you are qualified to solve their problems, they're just going to want to speak to you. Now, provided you don't want to be attracting sales calls from all over the shop, all over the world, you want to make sure that you're actually getting on a call with someone who is going to value what you're doing. And this is why having that application process that Liam has over here, for example, is really important, because you're going to be able to determine and decipher who is actually a qualified lead. All right, and there's this term, a marketing qualified lead, and that basically means what does a marketing qualified lead look like to you? All right, is it a certain person? Is it a certain demographic? Is it someone who actually takes the time to fill out this survey? All right, you'll be surprised if you just had a link or a direct thing to your phone number, you'll get a load of crappy calls booked in. You don't want that. All right, so that's why having this for people to go through is so vitally important. All right, now if people don't go directly through there and to book a call directly, you're going to want to follow up with them in an email nurturing sequence. This could be any number of emails, upwards of 20 emails per sequence. But essentially what you're going to want to do is follow up with people who have downloaded that lead magnet with very super specific how-to content in the emails. A big mistake a lot of people make is when they get someone's email address, they end up just flooding their emails with a load of crap and over salesy stuff. All right, we want to make sure that the email sequence we produce for people is all value-based, and it all have a soft call to action in pushing people to the next stage in your funnel, in which in most instances is going to be an application form to book in a call with you. All right, so when we write emails, we only ever have one link per email, and we make sure in that email it's something that people actually want to read. All right, if I download something and someone just flogs me with sales stuff, I'm going to be like, bro, shut up. I don't want this in my email list. All right, so you don't want to be spam. Now, the next thing is once they get into that application form, they're going to either book in a call where you're going to then present your offer to them. They're either going to say yes, in which case you onboard them. They're either going to say no, in which case you pop them back into another 20 email nurture sequence. Now, you don't have to have a 20 email nurture sequence lined up and automated. You could literally just put them into your weekly newsletter that you send on a weekly basis, which again just provides value. I've had so many people jump on a sales call and they were like, Luke, now's not the right time. They then go into my email sequence, my weekly newsletters, and then a year later, I'll post something, they'll book in a call, and they'll be like, Luke, I'm ready. All right, so you're gonna wanna make sure people stay in your system and they are continually being nurtured by you, even if they don't buy from you initially, all right? Something that's really helped me with that is that, if someone says no, it's more than likely just not yet. And so you can continually nurture them over time with the content and the emails that you're producing. The moment you have this system set up, which we also call a relationship engine, because at the end of the day, what you're doing here is you're building relationships and you're helping people start to trust you. It all comes down to trust. All right. And something that I'd love you to remember is that trust compresses the transaction timeline. And the more trust and the more value we can provide in our automated system that looks like this, the more calls you're going to have booked, the more sales you're going to be making. And this can run on autopilot so you can wake up the next day, check how many sales calls you have booked in your calendar, and rock and roll from there. Now, provided this is mainly an organic strategy. Now, I know Liam, he only uses organic. Like, he's been really great and mastered short form video. And so he has a lot of traffic running to his pages. Now, what we do, because we're like a little micro influencer, let's call it that. But what we basically do is we have our application form here, which is our Brave Brand link. So this is where people can apply to work with us. But what I basically do is I look if there's any high performing pieces of content that I have that people really resonate with. I will go ahead and I will boost one of those posts, super simple, for $3 a day. It's like the price of an expensive coffee in London. So you boost the post and you just optimize for profile views. All right. So I just change the caption in my post. And this is a good example of one. You can see this has gotten like almost 100,000 views now, just by putting $3 a day behind it for like 30 days, a month. All right, and in that, I basically tell Instagram to send anyone who watches this thing to my profile to follow me if they want more information. All right, so I just change in the caption, follow, to avoid this mistake. And so every single day, I have people visiting my page and increasing the amount of viewers I get on this, who then have the option to click onto my bravebrand.com and then go down my application form, all right, which is my Apply Now website over here. Now, in your case, you could do something similar to Liam's, where you just simply have an application form to book a call, or you could have an ebook in Liam's case, which is his free lead magnet, and so he's getting people into his system where he then can convert them onto a sales call. So that is a very, very simple system that you can implement relatively quickly. It doesn't need to take a long time. The main piece of work that needs to be done here is the lead magnet side of things, all right? Now, what I would love to share with you, if you want to learn how to set up a system like this, if you want to know what goes into creating a high-value lead magnet, and if you want to know how to set this whole system up, we have a bunch of templates that you can basically plug and play and rock and roll with. Now, provided it's very important you've got these two elements locked in here, which is the content strategy side of things, all right? And this is what we teach in our Brave Brand program. You need to have a solid brand, you need to have a clear message, and you need to understand the value that you're providing to people. All right, and so if you're interested in setting a system up like this to convert more of your followers into paying clients, hit the link below and book in your free strategy call with myself. All right, on the call, I will take you through the entire Brave Brand process, and at the end, I will give you an option to work with us if you want. If not, no pressure either way. You can take the information that you learned in the call and apply it yourself, or you can continue and go ahead and work with us at Brave Brand. All right, my friend, I hope you found this valuable. Subscribe if you want more, and I will see you on the next video.